Hey guys, today's topic is what's the best protein powder? And it's just for protein powder as far as health, but I know a lot of people on my channel, they want more protein, mainly because for building muscle, you do have to have a lot more protein. It's needed for health. You don't need as many carbohydrates. There aren't any essential carbohydrates. And as far as fat, there are essential fats. So you do need some fat, but not that much. So there are obviously essential amino acids, and they're mainly found in animal protein. So I'm going to tell you today best proteins you should have. And I mentioned this because it's really hard to get enough protein. I made a video about this, about you should have about 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. So if you weigh 200 pounds, you have 200 grams of protein. And I thought I was getting way more than that. And then one day I decided to weigh out all my food. And even though I've been at this forever, but you start eyeballing it and you're not paying attention. One day I think I'm only getting like 170 grams, 165 grams or 60, something like that. And I'm like, geez. So I started adding more protein powder to my diet. I've got friends, especially women. I don't like eating protein. So I told them to eat more protein, and because they're not eating enough protein. And so it's easier to just get protein powder in your diet. It's cheaper. And again, it's easier. And, you don't have to prepare it as much. So anyway, so what's the best protein powders? In the old days, we used to just have milk and egg white protein. And the milk protein I don't like because it was very much full of lactose. So it's like milk concentrate, or these days they use whey concentrate. Whey is a form of dairy. So I'm totally against that stuff. So, but yet I have a lot of whey protein. The best whey protein to get is whey isolate. Whey isolate is the best protein, and the reason for that is because it contains like almost no lactose. Okay, whey also has the highest amount of L-leucine amino acid, which is needed to improve mTOR and muscle building and all that stuff. So that's why whey is the best, and whey isolate, because it doesn't really have any lactose. So I can have 50 or 100 grams of it a day and I don't have stomach problems. So that's the main goal. It's not about the foods that you consume, it's about the foods that you absorb. You don't want to walk around gassy and all that. It's not good for you. All right, so that's a warning sign. Other protein sources, nowadays they have beef protein. Okay, I know, like True Nutrition, I'll give you the links underneath this video. They have beef protein. I think it's beef hydrolyzed or beef isolate, and that's actually pretty good. Beef is a really good source of protein, and when you get it in a protein powder, especially if it's flavored right, doesn't taste or mix as easily as whey isolate. But beef protein, the benefit is it's defatted, so they take care of all that they remove all the saturated fats. So that's another benefit. As far as there's egg protein, and now it's just egg white protein. Egg white protein is fine in smaller amounts, but you remember the egg as a whole, both the yolk and the white each have roughly 11 amino acids. So together they contain all the essential amino acids. That's why eggs should be consumed for the most part together. I'm not a big fan of egg white proteins. It also does create a balance, but you can do that if you want, add that in, if you don't want to always do whey protein. Like I said earlier, I don't like milk protein. I don't like whey concentrate. A lot of times when it says whey protein, it's a combination of whey concentrate, which has a lot more dairy and it's cheap, and whey isolate. So just spend the money, don't get ripped off, and just get pure whey isolate. And I'll list underneath this video the ones I take, whether you can take bland ones or you can take flavored ones, and make sure there isn't anything else. A lot of times they put sugars in there or carbohydrates. Just get pure whey isolate. Save your money and just get the protein. If you are a vegan or a vegetarian, you want to do that, you can do soy protein. Is actually very complete, but I'm not a big fan of soy. What is actually pretty good, there's also like pea protein, but pea protein can be inflammatory and it doesn't mix well, it gets clumpy. One reason I love whey isolate is you can just mix it with a spoon and just plain water. So that's awesome. You can't do that as much with beef, so it does clump. And with the beef protein, you got to mix it and drink it right away. The other thing is that you want is rice protein. White rice protein, surprisingly, is really good and it blends well and it's good on your stomach. It's easy on the stomach and all that. So that's another benefit. So if I was to tell you what I take is almost all whey isolate. Some people take collagen protein. Collagen protein has benefits maybe for your skin and all that stuff, but definitely not as far as a primary source of protein, especially if your goal is muscle, all right? There's really no leucine in there. So stick to the whey isolate is the number one. Beef protein, number two. In my opinion, if you want to do egg white protein a little bit, that's fine. Rice protein is also pretty good. These are the best protein powders, and like I said, I pick whey isolate because it's just easy to absorb, easy to digest, and doesn't have any lactose, which is a big benefit for most of us who are lactose intolerant, especially as we age. So let me know your questions about today's topic. I've got other videos about protein, how much, when, where, all that stuff. And I'll put a link at the end of this video, as well as underneath this video in the description area, as well as some of the protein powders I get personally. You can pick and choose which ones you want based on my recommendations. It's your choice. As always, thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and I wish you a very happy and healthy day.